Welcome to Vision Pros, the show all about spatial computing, visionOS, and getting work done on the Apple Vision Pro. I'm Tim Chatton, host of the show. Hello there, welcome to another episode of Vision Pros. This is a bit of a different one, and I hope you stay tuned for this one because it's a bit of some baseball talk. The new season just kicked off, and I rediscovered my love of baseball over from October onwards, so through the off season, and the MLB app got a substantial update, and we're going to talk about it in this episode coming up with Riley Hill, who will be interviewing me about this new app update that I've been using extensively over the past week or so as it received the update and the new season kicked off. And then we'll also talk about visionOS 26.4 and what all is in that update. So that's what's coming up in this episode of Vision Pros. As a writer, you can support this podcast over at visionpros.fm/Patreon or by subscribing in Apple Podcasts. With that, here's the episode. How you doing, Raleigh?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, can't complain. It's a fun time of year. Weather's starting to turn from snow to rain, so that's always a positive change in this part of the country where I'm at.
Yeah, no, it's nice to start to see some brighter days.
I forget, where are you? What state?
Michigan. I'm in Michigan.
Okay, so you're used to the snow as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's winter most of the year here, I feel like, so.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know. Oh, but yes, speaking of winter, summer and nicer weather.
Yes.
We are talking this episode about the MLB app. And Tim, I don't know if the listeners know this. I get the strange impression you're something of a sports guy.
Well, this is a newfound thing for me. It's kind of funny. Like I've not been the sports guy until recently, and the baseball guy right now, more or less. I'll tune in for March Madness every now and then. I'll watch the Super Bowl, but last October I started tuning back into baseball. It's like, oh, my team that I grew up loving is in the playoffs. I started from game one of the playoffs when I heard they had this miraculous comeback from the worst team in baseball of their division to the best team. It's like, oh, let me tune in and see what my favorite team's doing. And I discovered, that the sport had, since I last watched it, really, it got a lot more exhilarating to watch. You have pitch clock now with, so the pace of the games are much quicker. And you've got these, not during the playoffs, but during the regular season, you have these ghost batters of, if extra innings happens, you have a runner on second to, kind of speed the end of the game up a bit. And you have, automated ball strike system now, so batters and catchers can challenge the umpires on if a ball is a strike or not, and that has been very fun to experience so far. That's a new thing with this year. But yeah, a lot of tweaks to the game itself have made it much more an exciting thing to watch for sure. And I've been just ever since October. It's weird. I used to tech podcasts used to be my main thing, along with video game podcasts. But baseball has taken over as one of the primary things I'm listening to podcast wise and watching, and watching the spring training games, and World Baseball Classic just ended, and that was electric. He had some just wild games that were just very exciting. And it's like I don't know, it's like a little chess match up there, watching the baseball, the batter and the pitchers going at it, and some wild communication. I don't know how they do it, of communicating with the infielders knowing where they're throwing the ball to each other. It's exhilarating. And I've been watching this first week of games, and it's exhilarating still. It kind of feels like November or October baseball here in whatever April, March. Some great games, and so. If it's been a while for you, check it out. Baseball's a fun sport again. And part of the fun is, it's an everyday sport. It's such a weird, bizarre thing where 162 games. It's not like football where it's you got 8 games or whatever it is. That's every day. So you see the players grow and change over the course of a season, and you can tune in every day. It's like an everyday thing, which is fun. And then it's also a sport that the audio experience is kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So we're podcast. Well, you're a podcaster now, I'd say, as well as YouTuber.
This is the backdoor pilot for the SlatePad podcast.
Yes, yes. So, but audio, like you can experience the video, of course, but there's also like the old school radio broadcast, and it's a very different announcement of the game. With the radio broadcast, they're painting a picture in your head of what's going on the field. That they'll describe, what's going on, so you can actually picture it in your head as you're maybe there's a day game and you're working at work, and you can just listen to it and have that experience, and that's kind of cool. So with my job, I can listen during the day for day games, and that's pretty cool as well. Yeah,
that is really a thing. Yeah, and it feels like, I imagine, like I don't do this, but to me, listening to just like a radio broadcast of baseball, like you feel like you're missing out less than maybe others. Like, I don't know, it feels more like a thing, right? Of like just listening to the audio, versus other sports where you may feel like you're missing out more. I don't know if that's
It's like football broadcasts as much of a thing, and I don't know, like. Yeah, and they have time, even though, so it's a fast pitch, it's a much faster paced game, but they still have time within the commentary to like tell stories and stuff as they're, going between pitches and stuff. So it's very engaging sport in that way. And then I've tried here and there the MLB app on Vision Pro past couple of years, just checking it out. And it always fell flat for me, the old app. It would launch in this weird window that was like a 3D window that you couldn't quite place where you wanted it to, because it was like a 3D window. And
sure.
I hated the old app. It was just god-awful in my mind. That was one of the biggest issues. I just placing the window where I wanted to is like... So the new app, they fixed that by just making it fully immersive. So you open the app, it just takes over everything. When you actually get to it,
tries to. Yeah, it tries to for sure.
You've had some issues with this one, I hear.
Yeah, I fired this up, and I had, to be fair, a bunch of windows open and Mac Virtual Display running. But then I tried to launch this, and boy, did it chug. It took like 4 tries, and I had to close my virtual display to get it up. It's probably better on the M5 Vision Pro if you have that, but on my lowly M2, bit of a struggle.
So I have an M2. It has not been an issue for me, but maybe that's because I reboot often enough where it clears stuff out. But yeah, this thing does push the Vision Pro, I'm sure. Yeah, you can, warm up your hand, put your... Yeah.
Which is fine because, one of the, I think, strongest use cases, right, for the Vision Pro and this type of technology, at least one I've kind of been hopeful for, is sports, is that kind of immersive entertainment experience, right?
Totally.
And it's interesting to see MLB leaning into this. It looks like this update was relatively recent.
Yeah, this coincided with the opening day pretty much, which was this past week. And so in the past, you could load up a game and you'd have little dots on the field, moving through the stadium, and you'd have the hits go off and trajectory of where the balls are going and stuff. And that was all well and good and nice enough. But like what they've done here is instead of little dots, little checker pieces on the field, you have full 3D renderings of all the players in their jerseys with details like on the Mariners, the Nintendo patches on their jerseys. You have these players fully tracked now, where someone's tying their shoelace and they'll be bending down. The 3D model will be doing that in the game. If you look at the video feed compared to the 3D rendering, it's remarkable how matched up it is. I don't know what magic they do to actually track. It feels like they got the blue dot, the bubbles on, the balls on their bodies like they would capture a video game, where they're just fully captured and all their movements are there. It's quite remarkable. You can see them warming up before the video feed goes back between innings. Like, it's kind of wild from that aspect of what they're doing with the 3D models there. Occasionally, the data stream comes in a bit off where it's not lining up with the video as nicely as it should. So there's been a couple bugs like that, but when it's firing all cylinders, which it does most days for me, it's remarkable watching the 3D. So you have you can basically set yourself in the strike zone behind the umpire. You can set yourself a little bit further back. You can do like a left or right side view of the plate. You can have the view from the pitcher's mound, and there's this theater view as well, which kind of gets rid of like the stadium a little bit more, where it's more I don't know how you'd call it.
Immersive.
It's different with that. But the cool thing is all of the stadiums have an environment. So it'll load up when you load up into the game, the Rogers Center, the Sky Dome for Toronto, or T-Mobile Park for Seattle or whatever. It'll have a 3D model of that stadium. So you're actually full
Vision Pro environment, just like we're used to in the video apps and stuff.
Which is a really cool detail where it's like, I'm in the stadium. So that's pretty neat. The environments themselves. Where this really clicked for me was the fact that sports have blackouts, right? And they're the worst thing in the world. You can't watch your home team because of blackouts.
It's such a strange, archaic, it seems like we should be beyond this. It just take my money, right? Like, who cares where I am? But,
Yep. So for now, there's the blackout thing. You can link your TV provider into your MLB subscription as well to overcome some of that. I'm not sure how far it goes. I should just try that because I've got Fubo for another month. I should try to see if that gets me the Red Sox games or not. And then there's sometimes Peacock's got an exclusive thing for this night. But Apple TV has an experience that we should talk about a little bit as well. So you can actually do multi-view now in the Vision Pro, which is neat there as well. It's the Apple TV app though; it's different. But radio is where this really is pretty cool, because with blackouts you still get the radio games, the audio experience.
Sure.
And this elevates radio in such a fascinating way where you're seeing a 3D rendering of the game being played in front of you, sitting in the stadium at a great place in the stadium to watch it. And as they're calling the plays, you're seeing the ball lifted off from the bat and where it's going. You're getting a good idea of, where the base runners are taking their leads off from the different bases when they're on. It elevates radio games to I'm just going to sit, on my couch and put this on and listen to this blackout game. And feel like you're at the stadium watching the players do their thing. And that's been just a remarkable thing, because it also allows you to move the window, which would have the video, further out of the view where you can look at the field more. Yeah.
So essentially, you're watching the game without watching it.
Yeah.
With this.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is. I mean, that's really smart, and it's one of those things. Talking about the whole, headset versus glasses things. When you describe an experience like that, I find it hard to believe you could ever do something that immersive with glasses. It's just another case for always having a headset like the Vision Pro as an option in the lineup of these kind of vision devices, right? Because some experiences need to be that immersive to really click like that.
Yeah. And what was also interesting to me, from most time I am going to watch the video, of course. Yeah. And what's interesting is most time from the video feed, their camera will be the pitcher's perspective most of the time, right? They'll change it throughout the game, but as they're throwing the pitch, it's behind the pitcher most of the time. You can sit yourself in the immersive view behind the batter. So you can kind of be glancing down around you from the immersive view of, that perspective. And then you're looking up at what's going on with the video feed and see that perspective. So you're like seeing multiple perspectives same time. It's really fun seeing when they hit these flyouts where the ball is actually going immediately versus waiting, is the camera going to show that? Sometimes they don't show all the flyouts or ground ball, the foul balls. You're actually like, you can just look around and see where it's going, which is, it just makes for a much more engaging experience, You can also curve the video screen as well, and kind of within the immersive environment, you can resize the video screen to be really big or smaller, which is cool. And I don't remember if that was available in the past of being able to move that around more. You can kind of move it upwards, so if you don't, you can like be laying back more in bed kind of thing, and still glance down at the field. And then beside the main window, you've got like the batting lineup with each batter's stats from that day, and you've got like there's another window next to that as well that has like the recent plays and all that stuff. Another cool thing they do in this app, I don't know if this is new or not, but there's when you tune into a game that's been in progress for a couple innings, there's a catch-up button. You tap that, and it'll show you all the substantial plays that have happened up until that point to like, here's where that 2 runs came in, and if there was any other crazy plays, it'll show you those and then bring you into the environment with the live game going on, which that's cool. Then they also have a button of like watch live or start from the beginning, which I really appreciate. On the iPhone, I just have to, if I'm tuning in late, I kind of have to hit the button and try not to look at the score as I fast forward to the beginning because, both iPhone and this one all have the feature where you can hide spoilers of not having the score and stuff up, which is nice.
Oh, nice.
So you can go into the app and not be spoiled. That's the hardest thing. Like, it's funny with the Apple Sports app, I follow my team, the Blue Jays, but every time the game starts, I have to like turn off the live activity, please, because I don't want to know the score until I can start watching the game. So I like, have to hide from. So I've turned. I even had to turn off Apple TV notifications. The Apple TV app sent me a notification about X number of strikeouts in the first 5 innings or whatever. It's like, oh no, I don't want to know anything yet. So that's interesting. Yeah.
The listeners can't see this, but Tim actually has a beautiful Blue Jays hat on today.
Thank you.
It's very, very, very well done.
It's their.
I would wear that.
It's their spring training hat. It's in baby blue, which it's a hot looking hat. I think
it's a looker.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned the iPhone, and I guess I'm wondering. So with this, how much of this immersive experience, I guess that you've tried so far, extends to the other platforms? Like, is any on the iPad? I'm thinking, especially. I know a lot of people used to
nothing.
The iPad. No.
So on the iPhone, if you can't watch a game, you can at least like see after each pitch happens. They'll give you like where the pitch happened, stuff like that. But that's about it. Where it'll just tell you, it'll show you the batter's box and show you where the pitches landed. So that's the most they give you there. And the one thing that's kind of annoying, they don't keep track of where you are in the game platform, or if the app, if you need to like force quit the app for some reason and restart it, they don't keep track of where you were, which is kind of disappointing. Yeah, I wish they would keep track of that stuff. And then it seems they've archived games for like, I think the past season as well. So you can go back to 2025 games and check them out, which is kind of interesting. And like games that are in blackouts, if you wait 90 minutes until after it's done, you can watch them. So depending on the start time for like your local games, like, oh, just wait till the night and you can check it out kind of thing. So that's the single game experience. They also added multi-view finally this year
Yes.
to the app.
Tell me about that. Yes. What is this experience like?
So it's pretty good. You can have up to 5 video streams going at once, which is pretty good. That seems to be pretty sufficient because most time I'll want to be like I'll be tuning into my main game, and when the Blue Jays are done, I'll tune in. Mostly right now, it's like the West Coast games that are going on at like they'll start like 10 p.m. my time, so it's like that's a pretty good time to like check out the Dodgers and Mariners or whatever when they're doing stuff out there. And so I'll have a couple games going on late at night, and so you on the very top of your immersive view, you can change between kind of the current inning of what's going on with outs and score and stuff to the whole game view of all the scores and hits and stuff. And then the last panel up there you can switch to is the schedule for that day or previous days actually too, I think. And from there you can tap on another game and it'll have an option to either switch to it or enter multi-view, and it'll add it to the multi-view, and then you can add up the 5 games there, and it'll have 2 on each side, and the main game with the audio in the middle. So,
the other games don't have audio going, or
no audio on, only one audio at a time, which makes sense.
It does. It does.
And when you want to switch to that other game as the main game, you just tap on it, and you just hit the little button that send it to the main screen. So you'll do that, and it's a pretty fast experience to switch between the different games that way. So generally, you'll be watching your main game, and then keep an eye on what's going on in the other game. Something crazy happens, you can switch over to that one, and so that's pretty well implemented. And it's pretty easy to jump between the different modes of multi-view versus single game. You can easily pick between which video feed you want. You can even do the video feed with the radio broadcast as well if you want to experience it like that. Radio with video is most applicable when I'm at work and I want to let me have the radio audio going and then so I can glance down occasionally at the video going on kind of thing. Is kind of
okay.
That's when I would use that the most, I would think. For doing the radio audio. But
yeah, multi-view is just, as not a sports guy, it's one of those things I always kind of look at, like, why would you want to watch more than one game? Like, you're watching a game. Why do I need 4 other ones? But that's
most of the time it's when my main game is done. When my own team is done, I'll tune into either close games where it's like, it's not a blowout. They're, within a score or 2 from each other. Or they're teams that I'm curious about for divisional ratings of like, what are the Yankees doing? And what are the mean, nasty Dodgers up to tonight?
It's kind of crazy. Just listening to you describe this, and sometimes you have to step back, right? Like you're talking about, 5 different video streams running at the same time on this headset strapped to your head. It's like we're living in the future, guys. Like this is like, this is like amazing stuff. I know we take it all for granted, but like, jeez, like that's so cool. Technically,
it's wild. I meant like when we were kids, like your channel surfing and like it's like this is wildly different experience back then. Yeah. And then they also have 3D video clips that they've added to the app as well. It's kind of on the home. When you enter the app, there's different like video clips and stuff underneath it. And the first one of that are spatial 3D clips. And currently they have clips from the World Baseball Classic, and then they have the last year's World Series. And I watched all the World Series clips involving when the Blue Jays were doing firing all cylinders, and did not want to watch the victories of the Dodgers. But I watched a fair amount of Blue Jays clips, and it was pretty cool. It basically situates you stationary in a certain point in the stadium. Pretty good perspective, and you get to see some cool action, some cool plays going on, some cool home runs. And there's a button to curve it around you. It's not a full 180 immersive capture, but it does a pretty good job when you hit that button to put you more into that moment. I wonder if within the next couple years we'll get fully immersive games at some point, because I know they did some stuff with the Apple
basketball
TV
game.
Well, they do that. The basketball game has fully immersive now with the Lakers, but they shot some stuff for a Yankees Stadium video that they did, and I'm wondering if Apple TV Friday Night Baseball, if will explore that at some point. So that's another thing. The Friday Night Baseball, that's an Apple TV, and that has multi-view too. And that's pretty well implemented. There's none of the MLB app stuff in there. I kind of wish you could authenticate your MLB account with I also subscribe to Apple TV and just put the games in there. But yeah, the multi-view experience there is pretty cool. They have 2 games every Friday night. Sometimes they'll run parallel when they are. You can have both of them up side by side. They're much bigger, and it's easy to click between the two and all that. Yeah.
I credit any sports thing I see Apple do. I just blanket kind of credit to Eddie Q. I feel like he is this driving force behind anything sports at Apple. I don't know if that's true, but
for sure. Yeah.
I know he's a big sports guy, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Probably should have mentioned up front, but a lot of this functionality, I think, is assuming you have an MLB subscription.
Yes. There might be a free game of the day. I forget if they still do that or not, but yeah, it's $150 a year to get all the games that are not your local blackout team. So I'm in New Hampshire, so the Red Sox games are blacked out, except for you get the audio still with those. You can also, for most of the blackouts, most of them have an option to pay Nesson for Red Sox, pay us another $100 on top of this $150, and we'll give you those as well. Or you can do just your local team for whatever, 100 or whatever, sometimes. So yeah, you got to figure out whatever your local subscription is. I was watching the Mariners game the other night, and it looks like it's $100 for them if you're in that region to just get all the Mariners games, and then you could probably, I believe, authenticate it with MLB to have them all in there. But I get it free through. I think it ended at this point, but last week, T-Mobile subscribers could just get the $150 subscription for free, which that's a very nice perk at T-Mobile. Okay. But if I didn't have that, I would be paying the $150, because 162 games for a single team.
Right.
There's a lot of. It's not like football where it's this. I think football is actually more than what this is, and it's a shorter season. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like a steal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you
watch it, it's a steal. If you're just every once in a while, it's probably less of a steal.
Do you know? I should have checked this, but do you know? Do they have any cool widgets or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I should check that though. Yeah, I
just thought about that.
Yeah, I should check out the widget scene there if that's the thing. Then the other thing I should mention, the media console thing. So the playback controls when you're fully immersive, it's pretty well designed, and it lets you can change your view of where you are in the stadium. It lets you select, different radio feeds and stuff there. And you can also change when you're fully immersive, you can change, there's a slider to have it fully opaque so you can see around you and stuff. And there's a sliding scale to turn that down or up so you don't have to be fully cut out. And then you can also at any time turn a single video feed into just a floating window that you can easily move around and change the size of it, which that is a godsend. Because like in the past, they had this, as I said, ridiculous 3D window that you couldn't really put exactly or size it how you wanted it exactly. Now, once you're in a game, you can just hit a button and make it a regular visionOS window with full multitasking around you. So that's actually really good that they added that. So now, like, if you want to just be a dumb, big floating window, you can hit a button and it becomes that. Because I don't know, did you ever play around with the old app?
I did not.
Okay. It was basically, it was like a 2D window, but like it was like, had some 3D space to it. It annoyed the crap out of me, that old app. I don't know what they were thinking with that thing. Yeah, it was weird. But yeah.
Well, I mean, this sounds like a pretty compelling app. I mean, even as someone who doesn't, I respect sports even if I don't watch it, but it is always nice to. I asked you earlier just about if any of this stuff trickles down, just because any company investing in like the Vision Pro or headsets right now, is like a godsend, because there aren't a lot of companies doing that.
No.
So, it's nice that MLB is, obviously they didn't have to do any of this, but I don't know if money exchanged hands with Apple or whoever, and I don't know what's available on the Quest of this, but, that they're investing is cool.
Yeah, it definitely is. And they invest in Apple platforms pretty good. Like the Apple TV app is pretty good from my understanding. I don't use a television. I know it's weird, but from my understanding, it's pretty good there. A weird thing on iPhone. So, the iOS thing where if you play a video, audio stops everywhere else?
Mm-hmm.
Not with the MLB app. You could be listening to a podcast, watching another TV show, and you can play the baseball game simultaneously. I kind of love it. It's not supposed to do this, but I don't know if it's a bug, but it's kind of great that that actually works. Because sometimes like there'll be like a commercial break and like let me just throw on a podcast at a louder thing, like just get me through the couple minutes. Yeah.
I should know this. I know I've come across that. Usually it's like shorter videos, like you'll be listening to music, and there are some short form videos that will just play audio over top.
Yeah.
I don't know which APIs.
But this is like any media. Like I could be listening to a full whatever. I could watch a full movie while watching a full Major League Baseball game. It just works, which is cool. Most of the time I end up starting the game like 30 minutes behind and just like skipping through the 2-minute commercials every time to make that a better experience of not dealing with commercials. But the other thing I'll do is sometimes if I'm watching a couple games, instead of doing multi-view, I'll play till their commercial break, then skip over to the second game I'm watching and do back and forth that way. That's another kind of strategy, I guess, of of how I'll experience stuff. It's kind of cool. And during the commercial breaks, they'll, instead of like have the commercial stuff going, they'll just show you the team matchups and different screens about the teams and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else. I think those are the big things about baseball this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Vision Pro baseball aficionados have a great option if they're into MLB.
They do. Yeah. No. Yeah. I was jazzed to see this update because like it was like what's going on with this update, because I was unsure if I'd be using this or just using Safari this year, and they came through. Yeah.
So the message is, if you passed on the app in the past because it was maybe not great, give it another look.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Thank you for indulging me in this. It's become a bit of an obsession. It's kind of funny. Like with a game that's played every day, it can really just like take over.
There's a part of me that thinks, as like you mentioned up front, listening to tech podcasts and video game podcasts, and basically I do. There's a part of me that, something that's not either of those sounds relaxing.
Right.
you know, in
Yep.
a way,
Yep.
it's this whole other like reality. It's like not, I can see the appeal.
Yeah, my YouTube feed's very funny now because it's gotten the baseball stuff taken over, and John Boy Media does do these very funny videos of like lip reading what they're saying during ejections and different things, and like there's some just wild stuff that happens during the course of a nice long season.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. There's a whole but anyways, I think that's it on baseball for now. Yeah.
Okay.
The apps are very good, especially this Vision Pro app. I was very impressed, especially as I said. I want to. If someone knows how the heck they're tracking the players' movements, I want to know because that's the most like impressive thing to me. That they have the motions of all the players down, and like that's just like happening live as a data stream to your Vision Pro. Like, how are they doing that? Like, what? Yeah, I don't know how because they're doing ball tracking with the ABS stuff to track balls and strikes now. I wonder if there's I don't know. what video capture or what data point, like they're not wearing 1,000 air tags in their uniforms or something like that. They're
just like a swarm of drones just flying over the field.
Yeah,
or something.
I don't know what's going on. It's wild. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, again, we live in the future. I mean, this stuff is amazing.
Yeah, truly is. So visionOS 26.4 happened. It's out now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was not the most prolific release. We don't have to get into the series stuff, but that's obviously not there. Like, had been rumored at one point, but there was one interesting visionOS feature.
Yeah, specific to visionOS. It's like something. It seems like every 0.1 they get at least some little thing that's platform specific still.
Mm-hmm. It's this NVIDIA Cloud XR game streaming feature, which I was reading up on a little bit. I don't know if you need to be NVIDIA Cloud subscriber to I can't remember. What's their game streaming?
Yeah, you do. I think it's $20 a month or something. What is that called? GeForce Now?
GeForce Now. Thank you.
Is that
yes,
it?
That's
Yeah.
it. GeForce Now. Yeah. But yeah, it sounds like essentially taking this video stream rendered by, NVIDIA's powerful graphics cards in the clouds and streaming them using Foveated streaming to the Vision Pro for more responsive, higher quality streaming, which seems pretty interesting if you're into that.
And VR games, I understand, work with this.
Yeah.
So I don't have a way to play Half-Life like Alex, but now I do because I don't have a PC that can do VR gaming. But now I can stream from the cloud and do the PC VR games on the Vision Pro, which that's pretty exciting. I need to, at some point, because it'll tap into your purchases and let you stream those, which is set at the buy Half-Life Alex, and then from Steam, and then I can stream that from NVIDIA, which that's actually a compelling thing because like I've been doing that with PlayStation. I have a console, but more often than not these days, I'm just streaming with PS Plus Premium to my portal, and that's been really incredible to not have to worry about in-home networking issues and stuff. It just streams from their servers, and it's been a remarkable experience on the portal. So this is like, you can now do this cloud streaming thing here. And I assume it works with the PlayStation VR2 controllers, I'd assume.
One would assume. I'd have to look through the documentation, but I'd be surprised if it didn't. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. I looked at Half-Life Alex at one point because I think my PC could maybe run it with my Quest, but then I found out it was a horror game, and I was like, nope, no thank you.
Horror games in VR are some of the most incredible experiences you'll ever have.
No, thank you.
You might have a heart attack and not survive, but
it just sucks because that's, I think, still held up as like maybe one of or the best like native VR games.
It's up there.
Um, I maybe something has surpassed it by now, and I was looking forward to it. And thankfully, I looked into that before I before I just bought it because I would not have been a fan. But
Yes.
not for me.
I played Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 4 on PSVR 2. And boy, even the action, like RE4 is more or less an action game with some horror elements. When you're in VR there, it's pretty scary. Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah,
no.
I'll be jumping around screaming and stuff.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. No, thank you. Pass.
Yep.
Hard pass. But anyway, for those of you who might want to do PC streaming, game streaming on your Vision Pro, looks like it's going to be a much better experience going forward here.
Now, what's not scary is racing.
Yes. Yes.
Now, I'm unsure on this one because you can't hook up a racing rig to the Vision Pro directly, but they have some way of wheel tracking. I don't know if this is just object tracking or what they're doing here for. I forget. I need to find what they actually advertised for this.
I thought we learned, I feel like we collectively learned that before the PSVR controllers came, that just the tracking isn't really, like, it's good for a lot of things, but for games, it's, the object and eye tracking isn't maybe the best experience.
Yeah, so here we go. I got the release here.
Yeah.
iRacing for Apple Vision Pro utilizes foveated streaming to render the sharpest content. Apple Vision Pro delivers a uniquely immersive sim racing experience by blending your racing rig with the virtual cockpit. Aligning your physical steering wheel with the one in-game, iRacers see their physical hands on the wheel, producing an unparalleled experience that ensures racers remain visually connected to their racing rig while using the Apple Vision Pro. To enable this experience, the iRacing software features deep technical integration with the Cloud XR, physics are calculated in PCs, while frames are encoded and shared wirelessly over Wi-Fi to iRacing Connect on visionOS. So I can't tell if the racing rig is turned on in any way, because like one of the things racing rigs have is force feedback, and this like lot of force feedback. If your car is on some traction and you're spinning out, it's going to fight you a lot, and it's going to be more realistic versus just like turning an unconnected wheel to something. So I don't know if like it's streaming from a PC. So is that racing rig also connected to the PC and giving the force feedback? And if so, the control is it's not sending a Bluetooth signal over, it's tracking the wheel with like hand tracking tech, right?
You would think.
Which seems less than great and less than full accuracy. So I really want to, if someone out there has done this, I want to know what that experience is like, because it feels like that can't be as good as a native experience like you would on like Gran Turismo with PSVR 2.
Mm-hmm. And you are a racing wheel guy, of course.
I am. I have spent probably 24 to 30 hours on the racing rig on PSVR 2. Spent a lot of hours in that game. A lot of it in VR. And it's such a cool experience.
And that's less of, and since everything is going through the PlayStation, the rig could just be hooked up to the PlayStation, right? Presumably. Yeah. In that case.
Yeah, I'm very curious on that. It sounds like this is all local. There's no way to do this over the cloud, from what I can tell, based on that nomenclature, I guess. I don't know. It says it's used Cloud XR, but it's shared wirelessly over Wi-Fi to iRacing Connect, which seems to imply local.
Right, a local Wi-Fi connection or something.
Yeah, and then there's also X-Plane 12 coming to the Apple Vision Pro. Later this spring, X-Planes. This is a flying simulator, which
Which is another thing you can buy like a rig and set up
yes.
for
Mm-hmm.
if you want that ultimate experience.
Yeah, so I'm very curious on all those things. It seems like could be something interesting.
Yeah, iPlane just reminds me, X-Plane, excuse me, reminds me of the latest flight simulator on PC. Because of course I played that as a kid, and so
Mm-hmm.
when it came out on PC, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great.
The
And
launch was bad, I hear, right?
it just, I just think I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't know how you can be terrible at flight sim, but I managed it. Like it's flights. I don't know, man. It was not what I thought it would be.
Well, in the launch of that game, it was server based, so it was not working at launch. It's fixed now, but
Yeah,
like assets weren't loading from the cloud fast enough and stuff like that.
yeah. Oh, Microsoft.
Yeah. Oh, that's coming to PlayStation actually. Flight Sim, and I think it already came to PlayStation, and the VR mode I think just launched recently for PSVR 2,
Oh,
which
nice.
I am very tempted by that one actually. That could
Hmm.
be something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know about the VR mode. That's interesting. Microsoft would invest in that on PlayStation. I mean, it's cool. I'm
Yeah,
glad
because
they are.
they don't have VR for Xbox.
They like don't believe in it or something. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Terrible name for a game that launched in later than that for other platforms. It's coming to PS4 2 as a free update featuring full cockpit interaction with Sense controllers and high fidelity visuals. I really hope they support the flight sticks as well. The update is scheduled to arrive alongside the Sim 5 update released in April 2026. So should be out soon if it's not out already.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Kind of makes me
That.
wish I would have jumped on a PS5 Pro now.
Oh,
Before
you're
they jumped
past
up.
the wait. April 2nd. You have is April 2nd the date? Got 3 hours. Have they changed the price on those things yet? Are
I
we
don't
gonna make?
know.
Are we gonna have Riley spend more money when we're on the
I
podcast
can't.
again?
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
I know, right?
I,
The trade-in
yeah.
has been pretty good if you did the GameStop thing and
I
trading in your current PS5.
saw that. I had to be realistic with myself, like with how much I'm playing my PlayStation right now, and
Sure.
like I, I would love. I don't know. I feel like I had the PS4 Pro, and it was nice, but it was such a half
They
step.
added
It just didn't.
4K, like that was like a big one, the PS5 Pro.
It was, and the PS5 Pro. I don't even know what the point
The
is.
one thing I do appreciate is there's a lot more onboard storage. The stuff does look better, man. Especially this
Okay.
latest update. Their AI upscaler is actually really, really well done now. Like it's impressive, and it's backwards compatible to all the old games they did AI upscaling for and fix that stuff up. I wonder if there was a run on those consoles because I'm not seeing the only PS5 Pro I'm seeing at Best Buy now is a bundle for $1,000 that includes like extra controllers. I think they might have. I'm curious. I wonder if Amazon sold that too. I think this is the easiest way for Sony to sell through their current inventory everywhere of just like announcing a massive price increase. Yeah, these things are sold out on Amazon. I wonder if Sony Direct has them. Just out of curiosity.
I I think I'll regret it when Wolverine comes out. I will probably wish I would have swung for the Pro, but till then, I'll try to be okay.
Yeah, let's
Whatever.
see. Yeah, I sold mine when it came out, my original launch unit for like $400. I basically didn't lose any money on it. It would appear you can still buy it direct from PlayStation for the $749. So that's at least one way to
Oh
go.
boy. Oh,
Yeah, and GTA
yeah.
5 will be another, or 6 will be another moment for that console, I think.
Certainly not going to get any cheaper. So
It won't.
That's gross. That's gross.
And the other consoles are going up in price too. I wonder what the resale market, like after that price increase happens, I wonder if your value of your other console would go up too. It would, hypothetically.
I would think, yeah.
You have a Slim or a launch unit?
I have a launch unit.
Oh, very nice. The big boys.
Yeah.
Something special about that big one.
I love the design.
That huge heatsink. Yeah.
I love the design. People hate on it, but like,
I love it. It's a Roman numeral 5 for PlayStation 5. It's perfect. I don't know what everyone wants. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, Vision Pro, the Portal app I love for PlayStation streaming. And the developer's actually been adding PS Plus premium streaming to his app. It's a little bit of a cat and mouse game. Sony will change the server code in some way, and he has to go in and figure out what URLs to point to. But he's been figuring out where you can stream to your phone or your Vision Pro from Sony's servers now, which that's pretty nifty.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's always fun watching, the solo developer, just kind of outwit the big companies, just like like you said, it's cat and mouse thing.
Yeah, it's kind of obnoxious. Sony has a remote play app for iPhone and stuff, not for Vision Pro, for iPhone though. But the premium streaming is only directly on a PS5 console or on the Portal. I don't understand why they don't add that option to the iPhone for example. I don't know. Anyways, anything else before you wrap it up?
I don't think so. I will just randomly, if Apple's listening, if they want to I know this year's updates are supposed to be AI focused, but if they want to make a bunch of nerds happy, like we just talked about earlier, just a setting, toggle in settings, play multiple audio streams at once across all the OSs.
Yes. They need to figure that out. They need to figure that out. That's been too long in the
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so obnoxious.
I get it.
I'm a grown up. I can pause things if I don't want two things running.
I think to me that's like the whole background tasks on iPad thing, where it was never a technical problem. It was an interface problem. They needed a way to show you what was running. I think it's the same thing with this. They just need to figure out a design to show you quickly where your audio is coming from.
Because they already have a design to show you multiple playback sessions of here's your Apple TV on your network, here's your iPhone, here's the different home pods. They have that interface. They should add an interface for all the local stuff that's playing.
Yeah.
Easy.
I hope this is the year.
Yeah. No, that's one of the big things that iPad and Vision Pro especially, I thought Vision Pro will not have that limitation because that'd be ridiculous. Because on Vision Pro, the cool thing is you could have multiple videos playing at once, and you could have a setting where it's make the audio come in louder if you're looking at it, kind of thing. They could do some cool things with that.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I also want to say in Vision Pro land, Avatar 3 has released for home release. But I think Disney's doing the thing where we need to wait till it hits Disney Plus in 4 or 5 months before we get 3D support, which Disney, sometimes I love you, sometimes I hate you. Right now, it's one of those things where why the heck won't you sell me a 3D version of your movies when it's fresh and new? Instead, they wait until it hits Disney Plus and I don't have to pay them at all any extra. It's very weird behavior by that company.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because you talked about me spending money. I got to blame you for this now.
Absolutely.
Because you got me on this stupid 3D movie kick where now every so often I'm going into the TV app and seeing what 3D movies are on sale and buying them.
Yeah,
thanks
absolutely.
to you.
Absolutely. Good job. Got to build that collection,
And it's because they go on sale pretty frequently for pretty good prices, and now I'm spending more money, and it's all your fault.
Well, they're on sale, so it's funny though. It's the thing I was told I was growing up. If you weren't gonna buy it, you're not saving money. But it's Yeah, I know, $5, $10. So
Right.
yeah, I don't want to do the math on how much $5 or $10 is for my movie collection. That's over 1,000 movies, but
I always just say people spend more than that on coffee, so yeah,
they
it's
do.
fine.
That's fine.
It's fine.
And I watch movies more than once most of the time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, what have been your recent 3D acquisitions?
I bring that up because I purchased and I've actually been watching rewatching the Marvels, the second Captain Marvel movie.
Oh,
Kate was in 3D, and I'm
yeah,
like, sure, why not? I got the house to myself tonight, and I started
yeah,
watching that, and that's like, yeah, this is not bad. It's not
nice.
bad.
I am so far behind in any Marvel movies. I like, yeah, I've not seen a bunch of them. I need to.
Trying to see. Yeah, I've actually bought a few more. I don't know how quickly I can pull this up, but recent purchases. Let me see. Oh, yeah, Shang-Chi. I don't know if these are in 3D, but I bought the Beetlejuice movies for some reason.
Oh, that's fun.
um, um, I think I bought the X-Men animated series, the complete series. I don't think that's. You're causing me to spend more money regardless of,
Mm-hmm.
of what it is.
Well,
So I
no,
never go into the store,
no PS5 Pro tonight, at least.
No, I mean, if like I said, I probably missed the price change, and even if it's just, I don't, I'm not even gonna entertain it. Not
Yeah.
entertaining it. No.
No, I got Wicked Part 2 because it finally went on sale. It's like, okay, it drops from whatever to $12.99. It's like, okay, that's slow enough for I'll get Wicked in 3D so I can watch that again. I saw it in theaters. It's like, it's decent.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, my current movie collection, I got the Apple TV app and the Mac pulled up. It's 1,223.
Mm.
So if I do that math, if you assume every movie is just $5, which it's not, it's often higher. That's over
Sure.
That's over $6,000. But that's since 2010 or whatever. So
Yeah, it's like it's a Vision Pro and a half
yeah. But like you
or
do that
something.
math, and it's scary because like assume the average is actually not $5, but more likely probably $10 because I do some $20 ones mixed in there. That's $12,000. It's like yeah.
Somebody's got to keep these movie studios in business, man.
That's right.
Somebody's got to do it.
I'll tell you, my weakness recently has been TV complete box sets on sale. Like I'm going through House now, and there's some other ones that have been like just like the whole series for like $15. It's like okay, let me just add all this to my and just go through it. So that's been the other weakness of mine is the TV seasons recently.
It's so much money.
Yeah.
Close this app.
Yeah,
Close
no,
the app.
it gets up there. Yeah. Well, thank you, Riley, for going to the baseball with me. Opening day has hit. The our local team in New Hampshire, we have a AA team that feed into the Blue Jays. The New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Their opening day is on Friday, so tomorrow from when this opens. So we'll be going to that stadium this year with our little toddler. Have her experience some baseball and see what that's like. If she enjoys it or not. So
Nice.
yeah, fun little low key ballpark experience. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, something to look forward to.
Yep. Weather's warming up. Well, where can people find what you're up to over at SlatePad?
SlatePad.org. Let me see. Most recently, posted my written review of the M4 iPad Air. I somehow managed 3,000 words about a chip update.
Excellent.
Did a couple of videos recently on the YouTube channel, which you can get to from there. My favorite was the whole MacBook Neo as a companion for the iPad. That's a fun one to check out. But
yeah,
SlatePad.org.
It's a good SlatePad.org. It's a great companion for the Vision Pro. Just throw that in the cart when you're getting your Vision Pro. What's another $500, $600 when you're buying a Vision Pro? You get a Mac Virtual Display and a better keyboard and trackpad for your Vision Pro.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Apple should sell a combined accessory, trackpad, keyboard, that you can use with your Vision Pro or whatever.
Dude.
Yeah. They need to make something. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, well, I'd love that.
Mm-hmm. It's mind-boggling that a laptop is actually probably the best addition to a Vision Pro as far as just input. Like, you have Mac Virtual Display open, and you don't even use the virtual display. You just use it for the keyboard and trackpad for your visionOS apps. Like, that's kind of the best way to do it versus Bluetooth keyboard and trackpad, which are separate devices. So, ergonomically speaking, laptops makes a lot of sense. But anyways, thank you. Appreciate your time tonight. And with that, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Vision Pros. Check out SlatePad.org. And if you want to support this podcast, you can do so over at visionpros.fm/Patreon or by subscribing in Apple Podcasts. With that, I'll talk with everyone again real soon.